Trick or treat, trick or treat, trick or treat for Halloween. Better give a treat that's good to eat if you want to keep life serene.
Good morning, darlings. It's Tess and welcome back to Vlogoween. My hair has somehow gotten itself into a 1980s voluminous situation overnight when I was in bed. How or why, I couldn't tell you, but that is currently like the look, so I better do something about this and brush my hair. Today I think I'm going to film a I'm not sure what kind of video, but it's gonna be mainly a face to camera video, and so shh, all the trucks outside are being so loud. I'm trying to vlog in here. I think I'm gonna put some makeup on for that, because that's, you know, what you usually do when you're shooting sort of traditional face-to-camera videos. So I'm gonna try and make it some like really specky Halloween makeup involving purple and orange, and chances are I'm going to completely screw it up. So obviously I'm gonna show you, but before we do anything we need to go out and get coffee, so that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so for my outfit, I think I'm gonna wear my black and white stripy witchy stockings, my beloved black milk Halloween overalls, and underneath that my Love is Eternal Nightmare Before Christmas t-shirt. And for shoes, I am of course wearing my signature Halloween shoes that you guys saw me make in a previous video. Alright, let's go get coffee! Alright guys, I am now sitting here editing this next bit of me actually doing the makeup and also answering some questions that I found, like fun Halloween questions. I'm about to mention that in a minute. And I like to be self-aware, but even I underestimated my pathological inability to shut the up. So, like, I have to edit down what I'm saying here really drastically. So it means that parts of what I'm saying, or even like really big sections, might get cut out, but I'm doing my makeup as I go along. So if you see me doing one thing and then it looks like in the very next shot like way more has been done or something like that, that's the reason. Because this video, when I first put it together, like when I put all of the stuff lined up and just looked at it how it was a freaking hour long. So I had to seriously remedy that and make it a lot shorter, but it's probably still really long and it's probably still going to be really boring. So sorry about that, but yeah, if you see some weirdness changing in my makeup, then that's the explanation. Me not being able to shut up. Alrighty guys, we are in the bathroom and it is time to put my makeup on. Let's do it, let's go with this. I'm gonna sort of improvise a orange and purple sort of eyeshadow look, and chances are it's gonna be a complete disaster. I'm trying to pattern myself after Jade the Libra, who I think I've mentioned so much in my Vlogoween videos, because she has done a couple of videos where she did orange eyeshadow and she did purple eyeshadow, and so I'm going to try and imagine like putting those together in order to create this. I've put some of my rose water spray on, I've made sure my face is nice and clean. And one other thing that we're going to be doing while I'm applying this makeup is, obviously it's going to be a little bit boring if I just stand here in silence trying to do things and you guys are just sitting there watching. That's boring. So I've got a list on my phone of cool Halloween questions that I was able to track down. So, question 1. Are you a good witch slash magician or a bad witch slash magician? Now, I know this is probably meant to be a joke, but considering I actually am a witch, I'm gonna answer this for real. The dichotomy of good and bad, the shades of grey of morals in this society are always going to be interesting. So
something a witch does that's good for her community, let's say it's a witch who's an activist, that might be considered bad by people who are hateful and have the opposite view. I personally am not interested in baneful magic, which is what some people might call like a bad witch, meaning you might hex someone, you might curse them. I am not interested in that, but I'm also not judging it, because sometimes knowing about baneful magic means that you are hexing or cursing the right people. Okay, next question, and I am excited for this one. As a tradition, ghost stories are told on Halloween. Do you have a favorite ghost story? I personally do. One day, a girl went into a hotel to stay, and during the night, she heard strange noises coming from the room next door. So she gets up to go and knock on the door and see if everything's okay in there. Maybe a person is in trouble. She looks through the peephole thing at the door, and all she sees is red. And she said, okay, well, sometimes people put fabric or tape or things like that over their peepholes so no one can see in, so you know, maybe that's just happened. She just thought it was okay, and so she goes back to bed. And then the next day she wakes up and goes down into the lobby, and she says, hey, there were some strange noises coming from the room next to mine last night. Is there anybody in there, you know, whatever? And the woman at the desk gets a strange look on her face, and she says, they say that that room is haunted. And this young woman says, you know, oh my god, like, is that can't be true, you know, surely that can't be true. And the woman at the lobby says, yes, apparently there was a woman in there who was killed by her husband, and since then she has haunted that room. And the young woman, the guest at the hotel, is like, oh my god, how awful, you know, how old was she? What was her story? How long ago was it? And the woman at the lobby says, it was quite a while ago. It was in the 1920s, and she was killed at night, so she was probably in her night dress. She had long white hair and bright red eyes. So yeah, when I first heard that, I thought it was amazing. Next question, do you like giving or receiving gifts more? I would say giving. My family is amazing in the sense that they know what I want for a present. So I'm just lucky in that sense. But not all presents are kind of that good. So I guess that rather than risking, you know, is this person going to get me a good present or aren't they? You know, maybe it's someone in your extended family who doesn't know what your taste is. Rather than risking that, I would always taking the guaranteed happiness of how happy it makes me to give presents to other people. I can't let an opportunity go where I have an option to do something nice for someone. So for example, for Halloween, I cannot imagine not making treat bags. If you guys know the whole concept of love languages, one of them is giving gifts. That is so me. Like, I cannot like think of you know, not getting someone a present for their birthday unless they have actively told me that they don't want one. Like, I will get you something, or especially if I know you and therefore you like my style of art and it's a sentimental thing for you, I will make you something, probably. Next question, do you or do you not enjoy watching horror films, and why? So I guess what I'll say is I like horror films that are my style, and often that has to do with the actors that are in it. the person who has directed it, if I've liked what they've done before. Sometimes the sort of type, like I enjoy quite traditional ghost stories, for example. And also, like, I know this is a trash thing to say and that I'm aesthetic trash, but I like horror movies that are like kind of beautiful. Like, there are a few different aesthetics that I love, and so I am going to be an absolute 100% basic film school bitch and say that my favorite horror film, at least currently, is Midsommar. And if you don't know Midsommar, please search it. And you will see, like, if you look at my channel for a few seconds, if you look at how I dress, because I actually have a Midsommar shirt too, by the way.
In case you think I'm kidding about how much I like this film, before it even came out, this was my situation. So, you know that as soon as I saw the trailer that I was gonna like it. And then, when I finally watched it, I obviously loved it. Here is proof number 2. That's Dani in her flower crown. And then proof number 3, most extra of all. Yes, I bought the Midsummer Stang Maple from Etsy. I cannot be stopped.
But if you look at my room, everything's colourful and pretty. Midsommar is probably the most pretty horror film you will ever see. It's daylight horror, and it's set in this like beautiful sort of Swedish commune where everyone wears beautiful white cloth clothes and like flower crowns in their hair. And of course it ends up being a murderous cult, and that's what the movie's about. Have you personally witnessed how other cultures celebrate Halloween? I have not. I've so done this wrong as well. Like, I've got that friggin' blotch up there. That blotch is not supposed to be there. Anyway, it is one of my biggest goals in life to basically travel around the world and just see all of these different celebrations that different places have. I think it's because my father or mother or somebody got me and my brother a book called Celebration when we were kids that is like an interview of all these various kids from different countries, and they're telling the author of the book about that celebration and the way that it's done. You have like a Swedish girl talking about St. Lucia, and you have a Mexican boy talking about Dia de los Muertos, which, like, in relation to this question, is sort of the Mexican version of Halloween or Samhain, in the sense that it takes place at around the same time and it's about honoring ancestors. Well, I would love to be in Mexico for Dia de los Muertos at some point. So I would also love to be in Scotland or Ireland for Samhain, because I also celebrate Samhain. You guys have seen me mention that in a couple of videos during this Vlogoween. My glasses are off. I literally can't see whether this is succeeding or not. Hang on. I'll have to look in the big mirror. It's not as bad as I feared it would be. Again, it's going to be blurry. I'm pretty sure this bit here is not supposed to be there, and this bit kind of all around it is just looking really, really dark. So I'm not exactly sure how I can lighten it or blend it out or something. So there's that. Excuse me while I look at my Pinterest to see how, like, I actually should have done it. Alright, would you rather visit a haunted house or a haunted graveyard? Haunted house. That gives me an opportunity to learn about the nature of the house and feel its space. Whereas, if I was going to go to a cemetery, I would be surrounded by spirits of all of the different people there, and I wouldn't really be able to focus on anybody's story and to really learn, because there would be so many of them. Oh my god, next one. Halloween or 4th of July? Really? Really, people? We're going to be that US-centric. What did you dress up for last Halloween? I think I was just a witch, which is like, it's funny, I've actually had a few people this year, my film school comrades, as well as some kids that I've taught as part of my job. When we've been talking about Halloween, kids have found out usually by a certain point that I'm a witch. At some point we were talking about costumes and I said, oh yeah, well I'm probably going to be a witch because, you know, I am one. Like that just kind of came out of my mouth. I didn't really think about it. And so obviously from that, a lot of kids were saying, you know, are you really a witch? You know, what is it like? What do you do? You know, what about this? What about that? There was actually a girl who said, are you on Witch Talk? And like, I almost fell over. I wanted to just yell, stay away, child, there be monsters. Because, you know, there is some bad on Witch Talk as well as good stuff.
I know there's some fun that happens over on Witch Talk. I mean, I'm part of it. I don't know if I hashtag my stuff with Witch Talk anymore because a lot of people moved on to Witches of TikTok. I don't know why. But we do have fun over there. But we're adults. And so if we see something about like blood magic or sex magic or like really serious curses or like really dark deity work or something like that, like that is way not okay for a kid to see. So that's where my reaction was coming from. Like if she's just scrolling through Witch Talk and she sees, you know, here's how to make a flower magic spell or something like that, then yay, you know, that's good for her. But there's no way that she can, you know, magically filter out all of the dark stuff. So that's where my concern comes from.
Watch out, child, please. But then when I've told various people these intentions of me being a witch, I've actually had a satisfying number of them, you know, sort of accept and say, well, you can't be a witch then, because that's not a costume. You already are a witch. And it's like, I just think that's so cute. Like, they accept my witchiness as being something that's real. I guess that means maybe I should have another costume, but like, I don't know, like I had an idea to buy a costume of one of the Grady twins from The Shining, like, come and play with us, Danny, you know, them.
Come and play with us, Danny. Forever and ever and ever.
Guys, I have to put this story in here. I'm sorry if I've like already told this in some other video or Halloween video, whatever I might have said in whatever video. But I have two twin cousins. Hi Amy, hi Phoebe, if they're watching, and they're identical twin girls. So a few years ago, well, ages ago now, we were talking about Halloween and I said to them, you know, oh, you should go as the twins from The Shining. You know, it's like this old horror movie and there are these twins in it that are really creepy and they are ghosts and they appear in this haunted hotel. And they were like, oh, okay. So I thought that they were going to just hear that and then just think, oh, whatever, you know, it's our film school cousin being ridiculous again. And then they did it. They were like 10 years old and they did it. Like, they weren't supposed to do it. It was just me being ridiculous and jealous of how if I had an identical twin sister I would have done it with her. Oh my god. But yeah, that happened. I promise you that's the truth. And so I can't mention my intention of being a Grady twin without telling that story. No way.
But I was worried that even if I got the biggest size, it wouldn't fit me. I don't know what I'm gonna end up doing, but yeah, chances are it's gonna be a witch. Figure something out because I've got some plans of what I want to do for for Halloween night, and for it I'm gonna need to be practical. You're gonna find out more about that as we move along in Vlogoween. I'm gonna tell you my ideas and my plans, and hopefully you're going to like them, at least I hope so. Okay, last question. What was your favorite Halloween costume as a child? I can't remember them all, but one I do definitely remember because I have a picture of it. It's me and my friend Sophia, and it was either Halloween or a costume day for our school, but what I had dressed as was Scout from To Kill a Mockingbird. And I read that book, the first time I read it, I was about 10. I had these little pants and my little work boots, and my hair was in braids, so it you know, didn't get in my face, which Scout, you know, would have done the same. You know, no time for hair getting in your face. If you're Scout Finch, you've got too much playing to do. I think we're actually getting close here. I'll stop it, I'll stop dying now, don't worry. Okay, I maybe might put some orange on this outside of my eye, but that means I have to go in really close, and that's annoying for you guys because it means I'm out of focus. Okay, I feel like it's the eyeliner that's either gonna make us or break us, so like I'm gonna do that over in the mirror and then come back to you. So I've lost count of the number of times I've done this, but every time I feel like I'm a beginner. Every time it feels like I've forgotten how. How does it look to you guys, even if you're out of focus? Okay, I think I've answered all of the questions, and I think this eye is finished. So now I'm gonna do the other eye off camera, just because you'd just be watching me do the same thing and that's boring for you guys. Okay, I've done the other eye, and I feel like the shadow is kind of okay. I think it matches, but I just completely effed up this liner. Now I have a heart-shaped unicorn highlighter because what else would you expect from me? Okay, forehead. I think I'm doing it right. Okay, and now I think I'm gonna finish with one of my bold purple lip colors. Nah, I changed my mind. I'm gonna go with a warmer purple that is more corresponding to the shade of the makeup. Okay, I think that's better. Is that better? Tell me in the comments. Okay, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video of me answering Halloween questions and kind of salvaging a Halloween eyeshadow situation. I am no makeup artist, but I can try my very best, and so that's what I did. Please give your answers to the questions that I was doing below. I would love to talk to you guys and see what kind of Halloween vibes and answers you guys have. So subscribe for more of Vlogoween, and beyond Vlogoween we do all kinds of stuff here. Rainbows, craft, magic, anything you want. And so please stick around for that if you want to. Click like on this video. Did I say that? I don't know. Like and subscribe in any case, and remember, I love you. Keep going.